Wait, I don't want to hear.
Well, yep. There's Margaret.
What happened? Why nobody here?
Should ask them. Jeff said donuts.
I don't donuts. I get purple things.
Oh, never mind. I was trying to like inspire them to come up with donuts. It's funny, if I feed people, they come see me.
Think it
Oh.
out.
I could arrange for donuts because Dunkin' is just literally right there. Okay. Wow. This is a quiet crew. It's making me nervous.
Oh, it ain't that bad.
Come on, you guys. I was sick and I had Debbie teach and now none of you show up.
That's not true. There's Taylor and Emiliano and Jeff. And there's Stacy.
Yeah.
Let's see if Sarah was texting me. Sarah. No. We'll see.
Hey.
Heck, I don't need to write it down. I'll just wait and take a picture of who's on the thing. Hopefully soon our new admin will be here and she can do all of this stuff for me.
You're in another admin.
Yeah. Yep, Margaret Gate Homes is growing. Margaret Gate Homes and Margaret Gate Coaching is growing, which I like. So, would you rather see me or would you rather see Jeff?
I prefer seeing the speaker. That's my 2 cents.
Well, that's okay. I could go out and sit out there with Jeff too. All right. All right. Ow, 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 ow. My goodness. It feels like it has absolutely been forever since I've been here. Hey, Miss Casey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You coming in early today?
Yeah, I was at Arvada at 6:30 this morning. Now I'm here.
Girl. That's crazy.
We were at Coffee Talk.
I was at Coffee Talk.
So listen, we were.
Yeah, we were at Coffee Talk,
Right. And you got enough time to drive up here. Only takes 12 minutes to get between the two offices.
and I'm good to be up here. I'm
Yes.
happy to be up here. I haven't been up here in a while.
We got some energy.
Hi,
up
Diane.
here. Why don't you stay for a minute?
I talked
Okay.
about you today at
So,
Coffee Talk.
so let's see. So I went on vacation and I don't remember what we did that day. Who led your coaching when I was on vacation?
Amanda and Stacy.
Yeah, hang on.
Don't remember.
Amanda, well, Stacy was doing some of it. Amanda talked about some stuff. Nikki and Amanda.
Okay. So that wasn't the mastermind. God, it's been forever. I don't remember who taught on the 6th. Oh, I wait. You guys combined with Bria.
Yeah.
So you guys combined with Bria. Okay. And then I got COVID. Thank you, Las Vegas.
What
And
happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
well, it's supposed to. The good news is, well, I got it and one other member of our party got it, but we don't believe I infected him because I didn't show symptoms till I got back to Denver. But let me just tell you, it's no picnic. I gotta move this just right so that way I can see Jeff and everybody. And then last week we were at family reunion. So how many of you know what family reunion even is? Probably 3 of you, okay? Because you went, okay? So let me tell you first of all what it is. And then I'm going to tell you how you can watch the replay, yes, of Gary Keller's vision speech. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what people learned at family reunion. And then we're just going to talk, okay? So we'll see how fast it can go. But before I get going, who's got good news to share, Diane Sheriff?
Gosh, doggone it, Margaret. I got a listing appointment.
Yay.
Okay, now anybody that joined the Saturday class, because I did contracts, has already heard this, but not a lot of you guys were on that class. So tell us, how did you find this listing? Did it just fall from the sky?
It feels like it, but I joined a quilting guild at the beginning of
Hold on, I need to turn the sound bar on. That's what's missing.
Okay.
Sound's coming out of my computer and that's not what we want. Trying it. I heard you just say that. Okay, Diane, chat.
Okay, I joined a quilting guild last year and I was at a pop-up in February where we were exchanging quilts and getting things business-like done. And I was in a conversation and someone wanted to know what I did for a living. And I said, oh, I'm a real estate agent. And her eyes got all excited and she goes, oh my goodness, I'm selling my house in the spring.
Hold on. I got to do something with my computer now. Stop this one. No, yes, I turned that off. Hold on. Okay, sound check me, Diane.
Hello.
Speak.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay. So
Can you
that
hear
didn't
me?
work. Why is it doing this? Try again. Okay, try it now.
Hello? Hello?
It's still coming through my computer.
No.
It shouldn't be. Well, you have to put the function on when you use those buttons,
Okay.
which
try
is
it
doing
now.
the same thing as what I did there. Okay, try again, Diane.
Hello?
No.
Anyone there?
Okay, hold on a minute. Let's try this. Okay, try it again.
One more time.
Damn it. Sorry. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Now try.
Hello?
Yeah, but that's connected.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
It never does that any other time.
Well, it's special this time.
It's coming out of the TV. Because somebody messed that up.
I didn't.
Okay, now try it, Diane.
Hello?
Better.
That was it. Okay.
Okay.
We need to put a sign up that please do not run the volume off the remote, but do it off the sound bar. Because that's what screws it up every time. Okay.
Ah,
All right,
right.
Diane.
So
So
I
you went quilting and you were making a quilt and you were talking to somebody and what happened?
and they asked me what I was doing nowadays, and I said real estate, and then she got all excited because she has a house that she has to sell. And she said, oh, can you come for a listing presentation? And I said, of course I can.
Isn't that awesome?
It is. It's
Okay.
very awesome.
So the moral to that story is go find your people and build relationships with your people, right? If you're a mom with littles, which I don't think any of you are, but if you are, go join the local MOPS group, right? If you're a hiker, go join a hiking club, okay? Go do what you love to do. If it's pickleball, go pickleball. If it's riding Harleys, ride Harleys, right? But go have fun with people. You can stop being obnoxious. Okay. All right, Christina Kionis, what's your good news?
So my clients that I just closed their house on that they flipped last month
Stop.
or
Christina had her first closing last week.
Yay.
thank you.
It was
Thank you.
not an easy one. We have a
No.
very challenging seller who thinks he knows more than the real estate agents. Okay, but we got him across the table. So then
Yep.
what happened?
And then he wants to flip another home. So I've been on a search for another property for him. So now we're looking, we've been looking even this morning, but all 3 properties have already been under contract now. Since
Okay,
I
but he
showed,
was ready to write on 3 properties this morning.
yes. But I called the agents to see where they were at as far as offers, and One staying active in the MLS, he said, until the termination date. So what does that mean?
I don't know. Now like Kevin will teach, and then those of you that take Kevin's contract class, he teaches, he doesn't change it in the MLS till the earnest money's turned in.
Yeah.
Now, I don't do that because if I've got a hot property, I don't want to have 3 days of my phone blowing up. So I want it to stop. Okay, so it's just different ways and different methods. Okay.
Oh.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Who else has got good news? Anybody? Okay, I want to talk really quick about open houses. So we are in open house season. This weekend, I know firsthand, in $1 million plus area, we picked up 2 unrepresented buyers. And one of those unrepresented buyers has a house to sell. So I am going to tell you, open houses are hot, open houses are working. Okay. Many of you are now out working relationships and you're getting your own open houses. So I'm just going to say, please, please, please make sure you always have somebody with you. Okay. I'm still working to find opportunities for you guys here in the market center and in the coaching program. There's always going to be 2 co-hosts on any open house I do, unless you bring a lender. Okay. You may at times have a 3rd person in the roster who's tagged as a shadow. Okay. If you have someone who's working an open house with you, because all of you don't need are beyond shadow wing. But if you have a shadow on your assignment, the shadow is a shadow. A shadow is there to observe, learn, watch, help. And if you and the other co-host believe that it makes sense to give them the opportunity to talk to people and possibly get a lead, that's okay. But the shadows are there strictly as a learning. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. You guys have all been there, right? Emiliano, I know you've shadowed. Chris, you've shadowed. Taylor, you've all shadowed at one point in time if open houses is your jam. Okay. Or you were even thinking about it. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that. I heard a couple of grumblings about 3 people at an open house, and I'm like, but there's a reason for it. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Fair? Questions on open houses? The success to an open house is how many cookies you bake.
Yep. It's a kind cookie.
Oh, it's the kind of cookie. I think I found chocolate chip create a better open house than oatmeal raisin. Okay, some of you are laughing at me, which I'm happy to see. And some of you are looking at me going, is she serious? No, I'm not. Okay. A successful open house is when you have 100 people come through in 3 hours. That's what makes a successful open house.
That's too big.
That's too many people. Agreed, Jeff. I've had that and we about died. It was like herding cats.
I would take that right now, though.
No, because you know what it is? You're spending so much time making sure nobody walks out of the house with anything. You build 0 relationships.
Yeah.
We had it happen. Stacy and I did, and it was the worst open house we've ever held. That one and the one that nobody came, and I sat in a chair, and there evidently was a cat with white hair, because on my black pants when I stood up, I had cat hair everywhere where cat hair didn't belong. Anyway, what makes a good open house? Your advertising, that people show up. But the key to making it really successful is when you get a client, right?
Or a couple.
Or a couple. But if I worked one open house a weekend and I picked up a new client every weekend, that's 4 new clients. That's 52 sales in the next year. I think I would take that. Right? So if I pick up 1 client every time I do an open house, the key is, what do I do after I leave the open house? Okay. If I do nothing, what am I going to get for that 5 hours I spent working that open house? Probably nothing. So there is, I got to see if I can find it because I stole it from somebody. I didn't steal it. I downloaded it because they shared it, and then I'm going to turn it into something for us. I just have to remember where I saved it. I've given it to a couple people. I found an open house. Yes. found the recipe. I found a recipe. You don't even have to think. So, and I will send this out to you guys. So this open house lead is a follow-up plan that the Tyler, I'm gonna guess he pronounces that last name the way I pronounce my name, the way I'm supposed to, Gady, could be Gotti, team uses. So once they open an open house, they host an open house and they do a lead, now what do? As soon as they leave the open house, they send them a text. They literally just walked out the door. As soon as they leave your open house, you send this text. Hi, their name. Thank you for stopping by my open house. I will check in with you tomorrow. In the meantime, if you need anything or want to see homes, this is my direct line. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. That's the minute they walk out the door. So the minute there's nobody in your open house, you start texting these to the people that came. Now, if you have iPhones, I don't know what Androids do, but on an iPhone, you can create saved messages and then you can put in codes. So I might put in OH1 is my code. And it says, hi, blank, thank you for stopping by, blah, 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 blah. So they walk out the door. I've got a minute. I put in their phone number and on my text message, I write OH1. This text will automatically appear. I go type in their name and I hit send. I don't even have to type it. Or you could put it in your notes and do a copy paste. Both of those things work. Okay. But the minute they walk out the door, here's my direct line. Then when you get home with your email, it says, thanks for stopping by, would be your text. Hi, Susie. I wanted to send a quick note to thank you for stopping by, blah, 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 blah. Then it tells you what to do day 1 after the open house, day 5 after the open house, day 8, day 14, day 21. Because what I have learned is when I say to you guys, you need to follow up. How many of you guys know what I really mean by that?
Sending them an email.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's no plan. There's nothing specific. There are open house smart plans, which I would say you would incorporate into that plan, but that plan is very specific and it's going to result in a high level of conversion for the 5 hours that you just spent getting ready for that open house. Okay. How many of you want that text message, that cheat sheet? Only
Do I
2 of you,
count?
3 of you. Yeah, you count. 4 of you. Okay, 5 of you. Okay.
I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm just enjoying it.
You are enjoying it. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you about that. Okay, so Diana, and Casey,
Oh.
you guys got to go to this thing called Family Reunion. Family Reunion is an annual event that's hosted by Keller Williams. Next year, it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Where?
Las Vegas. If anybody wants to know all the best restaurants and places to go in Vegas, I might know a little bit about it.
I heard they have COVID.
Well, everywhere's got COVID. If you went to Family Reunion and didn't come home sick, pat yourself on the back because there's actually this virus called Keller Crud.
Oh, I was sick.
Oh.
Okay. Keller Crud is respiratory stuff that we all come back with after being at Keller Williams. And so I've had Keller Crud once and it was no picnic either. So anyway, you guys went for the first time and you've had a week now to kind of go, whew. All right. So I would like for you to share just the experience in general, what your feelings were. I don't want to hear the words overwhelmed, right? Because it is when you're in the same place as 20,000 other people, it's a little bit overwhelming if you've never been there. But after you've sat back and looked at it, what was the experience like? And I want to hear one thing that you learned at Family Reunion that you've already started to implement in your business. So who wants to go first?
I will.
All right, Diana.
I had a great time. It was fun meeting agents from different parts of the country, even the world. There were lots of different people from out of the country there. So that was cool. And just seeing everybody focused on the one thing. And it's, it was very inspiring and motivational. One of the big things that I've learned is really keeping those 411s that you make and looking at them every morning, remembering what your goals are, And, being able to check those goals off, whether they be weekly, monthly, yearly, but it's something that you need to visit every day and keep it, forefront in your thoughts.
Love that. So I think you meant the GPS. So the GPS is the goals and how we're going to achieve it. I believe that every single one of you here, we created a GPS. I don't have copies of them all. So I have Taylor's, I know that. So if we've created a GPS, and Emiliano, I may have yours. If we've created a GPS, email it to me, please, right away. If you haven't done a GPS because you haven't been in a one-on-one with me, then get on my calendar, okay? But I love that, right? Keeping your goals in front of you, right? Remembering why you're doing this, right? If you think back to the fourth quarter, and I think most of you were here most of the fourth quarter, Charles and I taught a GPS class, we taught a 411 class, and then Stacy and I can't remember who taught with her. We did a vision board, right? What's on your vision board, right? One of you on this call has a vision of taking your entire family to Scotland for a month. I'm not telling, they can raise their hand if they choose to, but I'm not gonna, it's Diana, she raised her hand, right? So, right? And so what is it for you, right? And keep that in front of you, right? Imagine the day, right? Getting on that plane and taking your family to Scotland. We have another agent in the other group who set a goal that she wanted to take her entire family on a cruise. By the way, they're leaving next month, right? So those things matter and they keep us going, all right? Love that. Thank you, Diana. Oh, Diane or Casey? Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay, Casey, go ahead. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it changed my whole focus. I guess I've been following our 411. I've been doing all that stuff, but I think being more intentional and taking it one more step was a big thing for me to learn. Listen to Ed. Like you gotta not give up. And I got an opportunity to meet Mo Anderson, and that helped me focus on the fact that I'm not too old to keep going. Like I really can make this work. And the big thing I'm working on is something I already said I was going to do this year, is making Command the center of my business, because in a class for solo agents, if you're all solo agents, I have to learn to leverage my time, and I'm not doing that very well. And now with Command, I can do that and reach a lot more people and not be so scared about doing it. So the big thing is just really using my time.
Wow, that's powerful. So for those of you that don't know Mo, Mo is really the cultural icon, I would say, for Keller Williams. She'd been in real estate for a long time, but if you don't know her story, read it. She came from nothing. She was a sharecropper's daughter, where they had nothing. She's got a great book out that you can get on Keller Inc. I have a copy if you want to borrow it, but the only requirement is you have to give it back because it's autographed by Mo.
I wish I could have gotten one.
So anyway, but she at the age of 60, how many of you are older than 60? Me. None of the rest of you are 60. At the age of 60, she joined Keller Williams. She became our CEO. She became a member of our board of directors. She became a lot of things. I love that message, right? That message is that you're never too old to do what you're going to do. Mo is now 87 years old. If you were to look at her, you would never believe it. Yeah, she's 87.
Wow.
What you guys got to experience in family reunion was Mo's goodbye tour.
Yeah, she's
stepping back.
She's a firecracker, man. She said some things that, I mean, she follows Gary Keller's program, like his whole ideals, whatever, 100%. I cannot remember her quote. Debbie and I were trying to remember her quote that she said during the thing. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's in my notes, but yeah, she's a firecracker at 87.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to be like Mo, which means I got to live longer than anybody in my family ever has. But I want to be like Mo, right?
First time for everything.
There is, exactly, right? And so all I'm saying is I love that, right? So she touched your heart. She told you that you're not too old to be able to make the biggest dream, whatever you want it to be, to happen. and you identified that you need the leverage of command.
Mhm.
And by the way, I started doing my quotes of the day when somebody says one, and Casey got me one morning at 8:02 in the morning. So you never know what she said, like command is my new best friend, I think was the
Once I
exact
write
words.
my book, I'll sign it for you.
There we go. All right. Diane, tell me about your family reunion experience, because I know you had some life-changing events too.
She got to go
I-
to the red. Crash.
Yes. Yes, it was life-changing in so many ways. My biggest takeaway, I was so lucky to have two classes, one with Jay Papasan for the 411, which that's my thing. Organization, process, systems. And that's what I am implementing is that 411.
So you're going to send it to your coach every Sunday night, right?
Sure. How about Monday morning? You like
Monday morning is fine.
cool hot dog on Monday morning? So yeah, my negotiation skills are already 100 times better. And then the other thing, if you go to family reunion, do not miss the inspirational morning. And not because it's this big inspirational, but it gives you a chance to see what Keller Williams really is. And do not forget the package of Kleenex. You're gonna need it. So there you go.
Okay, so the inspirational breakfast is Mo and Mark. And what it is it's when they highlight people and organizations that KW Cares has supported. And usually if you get called on that stage, there's usually a big check presented on the stage. But it's about what people are doing out there to make a difference in the world, right? And so first of all, KW Cares, for those of you that don't know what it is our international 501c. It is a true nonprofit. And KW Cares is designed to take care of agents in our family, agents in our communities who have come across unexpected hardships. It can range from anything from the fact that we own 3 semis that are fully loaded with supplies to respond to a natural disaster. A few years ago, Debbie and I were going to go to mega camp, and Houston got hit with this hurricane named Harvey. So because we were in Austin, they canceled mega camp because they were using the convention center in Austin as a rescue center or what do they call it? A shelter. However, Keller Williams agents still on their own dime paid for their transportation, their hotel, their food, their lodging and everything. And we went down to Austin for a week, and then we would get on a bus early morning and drive to Houston, and we would go out and we would work in Houston at various places, and then we would take the bus back to Austin, and we'd repeat and do it the next day. Debbie and I say we guess we moved probably 1 million juice boxes, and if we ever see another juice box, it would be too soon. Other people were out there demucking homes, which means they're getting the drywall and the carpet and everything out before and getting them dried out before the mold sets in. That's huge, right? Can you guys imagine, right? People just volunteering. We met people that came from Poland to help. KW Cares also does financial resources. We have actually had a couple of people recently in our own market center be the recipient of a grant from the corporate KW Cares when they have recently incurred major medical issues with no insurance. And KW Cares wrote them a check for $30,000 to help them. Okay. So that's what it does. You can donate your money to KW Cares. You can do it several different ways. You can just go out and send them a check or do it online through the KW app. Or when you get those first commission checks, set up on your commission check a donation. You can do $1, you can do $100, you can do $50, whatever is in your heart to contribute, because every dollar goes a long way. So it's a way that you can do that. Our market center also has a version of that. It's called K Waves Cares. We have used that as well to help the associates in KW Avenues. Some examples. I gotta be careful so that I don't give away the who's. We had an agent who had a house fire.
Oh,
No one was home. So the only thing they had was the clothes on their back and the stuff that was in their car. That was a total loss. So we immediately went into action. We paid for their temporary lodging. We got them new backpacks and school supplies. We got them clothing so that that family could survive until the insurance kicked in. Okay. We have had agents who we provide food for on the holidays because they're going through financial things. We had a young agent who had no insurance, blew out his knee. We took care of the deductible that they couldn't get taken care of elsewhere. Right? Diane and I were talking about this last week. And how many of you have worked in corporate America? I know I have. I've worked for a couple of big corporations. Jeff has, Diane has. Okay. Every corporation I worked for would say, oh, we got a natural disaster. I'll never forget this one. It happened in New England. One of our agents actually, or one of our sales managers was impacted by it. And the company that I worked for at the time was, okay, we are going to help support them. All of you employees, keep working, make money, give us money, and we'll match it up to $5,000 or $10,000. And it basically at the corporate level is how big do I need to do the check and I'll make it go away.
pretty much.
Right? And here we have people that actually go do, right? So you can tell that that speaks a lot to me. It's a very important piece of who I am. And so if you have questions about KW Cares, KABS Cares, if maybe you're going through something and you're like going, I had no idea they did this. And Margaret, I need some help. Feel free to reach out to me. I know how to navigate this stuff pretty well because I've helped several of our agents through it. So let me know if you find yourself in that situation. Good enough? All right. So other events that are coming up that I would consider you could have you start thinking about. All right. So this fall, I can't remember the exact dates. Shame on me because I know it's in my calendar. We have got the regional summit, the Colorado summit. It's a regional event. I know Taylor Vonderock went last year and Diana went. And it's up, we were up in, was it Vail? Is that where we went? We went up to Vail. It was all of the agents in Colorado were eligible to come up. Really inexpensive. The hotel is nice. If you room up with people, like I think Diana and Diane, I think you guys shared a room out in Anaheim, right? There's ways to save money, but it's just up in Vail. Go to the regional call that's once a month and make sure you register. And then he's been giving away free ones, at least free fees to get into the summit. Last year's summit was good. I think this year's summit's going to be steroids. Some of the things that I've seen Russ start to put together for it already, I think that's going to be impeccable. So if you wanted more information about just going up to Vail for a couple of days and hanging out with us, I would encourage you to go. I know Taylor walked away from that event going, I'm never missing another one. Okay. Mega Camp. It's either in August or September this year. It's in Austin. There's no better place to be in August or September than in Austin. It is so hot. Mega Camp. It's similar to Family Reunion, but very different. Gary does his vision speech. There's agents there from all over. And you have more breakout sessions, right? And you get a lot of ideas from the stage. Or just say, you know what, I want to go to Vegas. Vegas is a cheap flight from Denver. Vegas has got cheap hotels, especially if we double up with people. We'll probably stay at Mandalay Bay, which is probably where it's going to be. Start saving some money, right? Start setting aside $100, $150 a month. Okay, take it out of your closings. Okay, did you hear that? You're all going to have closings. That's how much I know this group's going to do this. All right. So I know for me, because I had COVID, I ended up not getting to go to Family Reunion and I had the worst FOMO ever. Asked the three ladies that just talked because I was constantly texting going, what breakout session did you go to? Hey, did anybody go to this one? What did you learn? Like I was like laying in my bed dying. I missed Gary's vision speech. And I think that is probably one of the most powerful things to hear every year because Gary talks about the state of real estate in our country. the trends that they're seeing. How many of you went to Team Rally last Wednesday and saw some of the slides that Charles put up? Anybody? Gary goes into those at a much higher level. So if you want to get to watch Gary's vision speech, there is a replay of it happening Wednesday at 11 a.m. our time. And you need to be a member of this Facebook group to get it. Now, if I can figure out how to get Facebook up on this TV, we're going to play it up here because we got smart TVs. I can plug it. Actually, I can plug into a laptop. So we're going to bring, we'll have it playing up here. I don't know if we're going to do it in Arvada. However, you join the group. It's called Pivot, PIVOT, /shift, SHIFT ahead. All you have to do is be a member of that Facebook group and you can go watch it live on Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Okay, questions? Whew, that was a lot. How you feeling, Emiliano? Overwhelmed? FOMO? Like, oh man, I missed that thing?
No, I wouldn't say that. Of course, I wish I could have been there, but financially, it's not the best decision for me at the moment. But it's nice being able to hear feedback and, gain some insight as to what other people experience while being there. So I'll take what I can get.
Awesome. Yep. We're going to continue to share some of the knowledges that came out of that. So
Do you know that, know before it shows that time, same time block?
what is?
Know before you show, no, before you go, I'm sorry.
Well, I can't tell James Shaw to change his
Oh, no,
replay.
no, no, This for Bob.
Oh, well, probably most agents don't even know that that replay is happening unless you're in the part of that Facebook group. Insider information because your coach knows. Your coach knows. Your coach knows. So, all right. So it's March 1st almost. You believe it? First quarter's gone. First quarter's gone. Blink, diddy, blink, blink, blink. My February sure disappeared, right? You guys all feeling that same thing? Yeah. So my question is, we did spend time doing your GPSs, right? We spent time, and we're going to at the next one-on-ones. That's going to be my mission in March is let's look at your GPS and how are you tracking? And what adjustments do we need to make either in your schedules or in your GPS to make it happen? Some things I want you to be thinking about and looking at is, am I moving myself forward every day? Progress versus perfection, right? Am I moving myself forward towards the achievement of my goals? Okay, so let's pretend your goal was that you were going to, and I'm going to pick on something totally different. Believe it or not, I'm not going to talk about spheres or open houses. Let's say that one of your GPS strategies was that you needed to find more people because you don't have 201 or more contacts in command. Okay. So one of your progress things, one of your goals is that you were going to do social media, Facebook ads to get internet leads. God bless you, but there are people that do that, right? Okay. So my question is, how are you doing? How many ads have you done? Have you done ads? What's your follow-up system, right? A lead comes in because you will get leads. How are you tracking them? Have you worked with Chris Voorhees to set up the triggers that when somebody says, yes, give me more information, it automatically puts a tag in the command and it automatically starts them on a smart plan? Have you started that? Have you built the smart plan? Do you have the follow-up? Do you have the scripts as far as what the phone call says? If you haven't built that and that was part of your plan, we need to get that built so you can start implementing. Maybe you said, I am going to build a geographic farm so I can own my neighborhood the way Amanda and Nikki own Candela's. Okay. What are you doing? If door knocking was part of it, how many times have you gone door knocking? Right? If you tell me I haven't at all, then let's pick a day and let's go. Call me up. I'll come with you. I like to go door knocking. Except on Wednesdays because it snows in Colorado on Wednesdays.
Every Wednesday.
Okay. So go back, look at where you started and where are you at? Maybe you went door knocking. You said you were going to door knock once a week and you've gone 2 out of 4 weeks last month. Great. Let's go 3 times this month, right? Just do one more. Just do one more, right? How many of you guys have ever heard of the name Ed Milet? Okay. Ed Milet was the keynote speaker at Family Reunion. He's also going to be the keynote speaker at Jeff Glover's Live Unreal in June. Yes, I'm going, I'm driving. And Ed talked about, actually somebody recorded part of what he did at Family Reunion and it's on YouTube. But he talked about it's never too late to change. Today's your day. It can be one event, one conversation, one speaker, one anything. Just go do one more.
One repetition.
One repetition, right?
It's kind of hard.
Trying to get back to having COVID, for those of you that have it, what can tell you, getting your stamina back and getting your energy back is very difficult. Right, Jeff? Right? I actually made it. I walked all the way around the block with my dog yesterday. It has taken me a week to be able to get that, but it was one more. It was a little bit farther every day and every day. Your business is the same way, right? A little bit more. If you only talked to 5 people yesterday, talk to 6 today. If you sent 8 handwritten notes, send 9. And then if you're that close, you might as well do 10. Okay. So is this resonating with anybody? I'm trying to read your faces and it's really hard today. Okay. I also found on Facebook today, I love Facebook. It does not have to be a waste of our time and energy. First of all, listings. Tomorrow is the end of loving on listings. It's not too late. You know how you all can get a listing? I'm gonna tell you how. You ready? Are you ready for this one? Go put a sign in front of your door. Sell your own house.
You lost your mind.
Okay, so you all say I lost my mind.
Yes.
True story. I think it was Gene. I think it was Gene down in Texas. He set a goal that he was going to take a listing a week. Okay. And so I want you to hear this, right? Because my question is, how dedicated are you to your goals? I love this story and you guys triggered it by me being sassy. Okay. Gene was working like crazy and it was getting to be February 28th. His goal was a listing a week. He was 1 short. He was dialing expireds. He was dialing FSBOs. He was following up with everybody he'd ever talked to about listing his house. And he just could not get that final listing for the month to get his 1 a week. So he put a for sale sign out in front of his own house and listed his own house. Well, Mrs. Jean came home from work.
Told you. I don't need to flip here.
Okay. Okay, Diane's going, no. Okay, now first of all, I never said you had to price it sell. Okay. Take your $500,000 house and put it out in the market for $750. I don't care. But what do you think that conversation was like with Mrs. Jean? And he said, but honey, in order to achieve my goals, I had to take a listing this week and I couldn't find anybody else. So I had to list our house. But he committed to her that next week, if he got 2, he would take the sign down. How many listings do you think he got the next week?
I hope for Gene that he got 4.
He got 2,
Okay.
but he still had the same goal for the following month. He had to take a listing a week. What do you think happened on the last day of the month?
He sold his house.
no for sale sign because he never wanted to have that conversation with his wife again. He did whatever it took to do that. So, are you that committed?
You need to say something.
Short of putting the sign out in front of my house, yes. Just that
And sign that says your neighborhood realtor lives here.
can do that one, but
But okay, and okay, I get the funny, I get the humor, right? Some of you are laughing, some of you are like going, oh my God, Margaret, give me something to work with today. I just need to make some money. But think about what that story tells you. Where are you? Are you willing to do that and have that conversation with your significant other? Casey's like going, no, no. So be like Jean on month 2 and make sure you don't have to. Okay. All right. Powerful prospecting activities. This is a list of 105 powerful prospecting activities. Prospecting usually doesn't involve a lot of money. I don't necessarily agree with some of all of their stuff on here. But let me just throw some out to you. Number 1, open houses. Number 2, floor duty. Number 3, door knocking. Number 4, pop buys to individuals and businesses. Number 5, direct mail. 6, newsletters. 7, e-newsletter. 8, phone calls. 9, face-to-face meetings and appointments. 10, handwritten notes. 11, FSBOs. 12, expireds. 13, client appreciation party. 14, volunteer. Go find your people. 15, networking events. 16, coach your kids' soccer team. 17, do annual updates. 18, circle prospecting. 19, meetings with human resources directors. 20, relocation opportunities. 21, print advertising. 22, social media, pulling and pushing info. Blogging, hand out business cards, email drip campaigns, 8x8s. No, we don't have those. Send notes to homes for rent as possible listings. Wow. What would that look like? Okay, somebody's got their property for rent. That means you have a seller who doesn't live there. Do you think if you called them today, they would pick up the phone because they probably are trying to rent their house and they've got it overpriced so no one's renting it? Could you build a business or a script around? I noticed that you've got your property up for rent. Have you considered pulling out the equity of it by selling that one and diversifying and maybe buying multiple rentals? Okay. How many of you have financial advisors? Okay. Okay. Every year, they're driving me crazy this year because I keep ignoring them. My financial advisor will call and say, we need to sit down and look at things. We need to make sure everything's still where it belongs. Right? Isn't that what they do? We might need to move. We've got too many assets over in this bucket. We need to move to this bucket. Why aren't we the financial advisors to these investors? And maybe they have enough equity. If they sold one, they could buy 2 or 3. I don't know. If I was looking for a listing to win some money this year and living on listings, I might call those guys. Okay. I like that one. Host an informational seminar, network with affiliate providers, put your name tag on LogoWare and go somewhere where there are people to talk to. I know that you all have name badges because we give them to you. How many of you wear it?
Open houses, I always do.
We wear them at open houses. Do you wear them anywhere else? Okay. You guys are going to think I'm crazy today. How many of you know Sue Venzel?
Upside down.
How many of you know Sue Venzel? Took her class last week? Wasn't that a dynamite class? I heard some of you didn't know what a 411 was. Okay. All right. So here's what Sue does. She used to do. She wore a name badge everywhere. Every day. It was just part of getting dressed, right? Wash the hair, do the hair, put on the makeup, put on the wedding ring, put on the Keller Williams name badge. Except she put it on upside down. And then she went around and did her business. She would go to the grocery store, she'd go to Costco, she would go wherever she needed to go. And as a result of that, she would get stopped. As a matter of fact, she was at the customer service in Costco. And the customer service in Costco says, hey, I just thought I'd let you know your badge is upside down. And Sue would be like, oh, thank you. Now they're on a magnet, right? They're not pins, they're magnets. So all she would do is she'd just flip it up. Thank you so much. And the girl in Costco goes, oh, you're in real estate? Yep. Well, I'm thinking it's time to buy a house. Could you help me? Sue goes, of course. Yeah, she sold her house. And then that same lady at Costco referred her like 3 other people in Costco. Okay. Wear your name badges, put them on upside down, go out into the world, right? If I was Christina, I'd wear them at the hair salon. Okay. All right. So there,
I wear my shirt.
yeah. Logo wear makes a huge difference. It really, really does, right? All right. So I was writing this for someone else today, but I'm going to give this to all of you. So I want you to take out a piece of paper, grab your pen, and this is what I want you to, this is what I'm asking you to do today for yourself and your families and your businesses. Okay. Number 1, attend group coaching. You can all check that off. Okay. Number 2, identify everyone you know whose last name begins with the letters S as in Sam and U as an umbrella. So go to your phone contacts, your social media friends and followers, anybody you can think of with S and U. You're going to put everyone on that list in command, and you're going to tag them with S and U. And you're going to include all the information you have on them, including their birthdays. By the way, this list is your call list for this week. Your S's and U's. Okay. Number 3, you're going to dial today and every day. 10 people off that list. If they answer, you're going to have a conversation, a Ford conversation. How are you doing, right? You're going to talk about family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Find a subject and talk with them. They'll tell you what they want to talk about. In the conversation, you are going to repeat this script. I wanted to share with you that I have a goal of helping X number of families, whatever your goal is, with their real estate needs, including buying, selling, or investing. Who do you know that I should know?
Did you say including?
Buying, selling, or investing. And they may give you a name or they may not. And you're going to say, okay, thanks for thinking about that. You know, just keep me in mind if anything pops up. Also, here's the rest of the script, but you don't say it bam, bam, bam. As a real estate professional, I have numerous resources, and I would love to be a resource for you as well as your friends and family for any need you have. Need a hairdresser? Christina. Right? Need a personal coach? Chris. Need their house cleaned? Don't call Casey. She doesn't do it if they live in the house. Okay.
That's true. You gotta move out.
If they don't answer, you get their voice, they get your voicemail. Leave a voice message that just says, hi, this is your name. I was just calling to say hello. I'll try again later. Hope all is well. That's all you're gonna say. Now, some of them are going to call you back because they don't listen to voicemails anymore, and they're going to see they have a missed call from you, and you just pick up where you left off at the very beginning. I just wanted to call and say, hi, how you been? Enter notes in command for everyone you speak with, and during conversation, get missing info. Here's another script that you can use as you're talking to people. This year, I've set a goal to send birthday cards. I don't think I have your birthday. When is it? Is 123 Main Street, is that still your correct mailing address? Because if I'm going to send them a birthday card, what else do I need to know? Okay, you guys feel good with that? Can you do that? Okay. Now, fourth thing you're going to do today. It's only 5. Text 5 people whose last name begins with the letter B as in boy, the following. Okay. Hi, I'd love to get together for coffee and catch up. How's your calendar look? That's it. Your whole text message. Hi, I'd love to get together for coffee and catch up. How's your calendar look? You're sending that to the B's, B, 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 B. Or if you have littles and they have littles, which I don't know that we have anybody in this falls into this, but you could say, hi, I was thinking of putting together a play date. How's your schedule? Okay. And then the last thing I want you to do today is call everyone in your world who has a birthday today and wish them a happy birthday. Enter these people in command, tag with the appropriate D2D2 tag, and note the call in command. That's it. That's all I want you to do today. 5 things. How many of you are going to do it? Casey's going to do it. Diane's going to do it. Emiliano's going to do it. Well, tomorrow I got a whole nother list, but it's the same basic thing. Except you don't send the text messages because otherwise you're going to have too many coffee dates. So I only text my coffees on 1 day a week because I only want 1 or 2 a week. I don't want a bunch of them, but you can do whatever you want. Okay, I have a question. I saw this idea in the productivity coaching group, and I want to see if there's enough interest for Bria and I to do it. If I hosted a home buying seminar and I did the teaching, and Taylor, you didn't even hear the question yet. Oh, wait, maybe she's going to do it this week. I will host it. I will be the instructor. I will bring the lender. His name's Mitch Friedman. I'll talk him into it.
Right.
I will bring a home inspector. Who would invite people? I promise I will not recruit your people. I will not try and steal any of your clients. How many of you would participate by finding people to attend our group first buyer home seminar? How many of you would participate? Because it's got to be worth my time to help you guys build your businesses to do it. So I got 3 of you.
This is what I wanted to talk to you about. One actually, because I've got 4 groups I'm gonna do in a better outline than I've done in the past.
Okay. Well, that's the thing, right? Not only am I going to do it for you, but I'm going to teach you how to do it. Okay. All right. So I will work on that. You guys need to start thinking about who would you invite? Okay.
Like people you don't know that are possibly renting, right? Everybody knows.
Yeah. You start thinking, start brainstorming. With that, it is time to go. I hope we had a good day. I love seeing you all. It's so glad to be back. I can't even tell you. And so get your one-on-one scheduled. If you don't have your one-on-one scheduled with me for the next 3 months, your calendar needs some work. So let's get some business going. And with that, I will see you all later this week. All right. End.